You're at the center now then of semiconductors, healthcare, uranium, medical diagnostics, and you've got this unique technology to do that. You need a lot of energy to do this. I know you're building a plant in Iceland where the geothermal energy makes the cost far lower. If you take a step back, right, you're, I call it a 200 million market cap company, a lot of volatility. You indicated that you intend to be free cash flow positive the back half of this year. How big can this opportunity get in terms of the revenue generation potential?
It could be huge. I don't know. So we didn't set this company up to build one plant in South Africa and get by on that. We recognize the huge supply chain problems that have existed for years. And obviously we started this well before Russia invaded Ukraine. And obviously so the current geopolitical situation there has certainly brought a lot of focus on that company.
A lot of good timing.
We didn't foresee that coming at all. We're saying that we recognize the supply chain. Supply chain problems really started in the world, I would say, in 2016 when we started to see tariffs go in place. And that's just started the trickling effect. And then COVID-19 obviously accelerated those supply chain problems. And the last 20 years has been about globalization. The next 20 years is probably about deglobalization, is my guess. And countries becoming more self-sufficient and making sure they've got access to the essential materials they need all the time. And that's been a trend really for the last almost 8 years, I'd say. If we can drive down our cost of production, highly enriched silicon, down to, let's just say, $10 to $20 a gram, and each iPhone, I'm told, contains about 5 grams of silicon. And would someone pay an extra $50 to $100 for an iPhone that contains highly enriched silicon if the battery lasts a lot longer, much faster processing? The answer probably is yes. So it's our job to try and make it so that these new special materials can be used in many different applications. And to do that, we've got to make sure we're cost competitive.
What do the margins look like? I imagine it varies by isotope, but in broad brushstrokes, the low end to the high side or base case expectation, what do the margins look like across your isotope?
We want to make a pharmaceutical-like gross margin. My background has been investing in healthcare, so I like high gross margin products, and that's our goal. But I guess a lot of it depends upon how we account for it and what the supply contract looks like. If a customer is supplying the feedstock, paying fixed prices per enrichment unit and what have you, and we're taking very little risk, that's probably actually a fairly low margin product. But if we're actually acquiring the feedstock ourselves, converting it into something the customer can use, highly engineered specialist product, that's a much higher gross margin. But on balance, we're looking to try and get pharmaceutical-like gross margins on any product where to take some form of risk. In my world, pharmaceutical gross margin is north of 70.
Where you are in the business life cycle is you acquire these IP assets, and it's a fascinating story to travel down. Those assets, the ASP technology has worked, and you're deploying it now for carbon-14 and other deliveries this year. But now you have this other technology, the quantum laser enrichment technology. And if that also succeeds, then what does that unlock? Does that unlock a greater margin for you, or does it expand your universal opportunities in some other way?
I think it expands opportunity for many other isotopes in other ways. Not customers recycle the isotopes they use, and so I've got expense to them. So we have a choice of paying a very high price or maybe lowering the price so we drive delivering more volumes through the plant, and that'd be coming the cost of margins. So we focus on overall EBITDA. How much cash do we generate? The margin is just a one number divided by another. Let's focus on absolute quantity of cash flow and EBITDA.